Hello agreement. Hello YouTube. New video. New luck. Same old freshness. So, for quite some time, there hasn't been anything about Fenax on my channel. And ever since the relics came out, the topic has kind of taken a backseat for me because, as we all know, Ninja and so on have pushed their way to the forefront. And Fenax has kind of, at least for me, faded into the background. And today I thought to myself, come on, let's bring Fenax out again, thoroughly dust him off, and truly see if this epic is indeed capable of consistently keeping up at the very top of its game and performance. And for that, I've brought him up to date, really put my best gear on him, and we'll take a close look in a moment at what an epic in this game is actually capable. Of course, always keeping in mind that it depends on having the right gear. An epic, yes, easily outdamages 99% of all mythics here easily, really easily. Let's take a look at my Fenax. I've just built my Fenax up a bit recently. Well, what does recently mean? A few minutes ago, and I've already thrown him in at the Hydra, the Sand Devil, and so on. And then we'll take a look here. You really have to see this for yourself in a moment. Absolutely, absolutely insane. So, my good Fenax. I've got him at +4 with 6 stars, of course, still. Brought him up over time. I have to say, on my free-to-play account, I already have him at +3 with 2 stars or something like that. That means this is definitely a priority you absolutely should set, because this hero is insanely strong and so much stronger than even the best second-tier epics. And he also outdamages 99% of all legendary heroes and all mythics. That really has to be said clearly. But of course, the stronger your gear is, the crazier the numbers you're about to see will be. We've built him now. First, I'll show you, we've equipped him with 6 pieces of Ruthless gear. Of course, we want to ignore as much defense as possible, plus 2 pieces from the Zeal set. Again, these 2 pieces here in this case. You could still optimize a bit here. I haven't leveled this one up yet, nor this one, and the helmet isn't leveled yet either. But right now, I have a bit of a shortage of resources, so we'll skip that for now and see how it goes anyway. Like I said, there's still room for improvement, but this is already some brutal gear, you have to be honest about that. He reaches values of 9,300 attack with 383 crit damage. If we're talking about Hydra now, we'll do a quick Hydra run together in a moment, and then we'll check out the hits he can dish out with his A1. But before we do that, I'd say, because the argument always comes up, yeah, that's nice for Hydra, but you can't really use him for anything else. So let's head into the Sand Devil. I've put the team together in the background now. Don't pay attention to the team, okay? It's just, I just want to show you something that happens here with the Sand Devil on the highest level. Ah, guys, take a look. So we've got Siphi with us. Siphi is just our sleeper. You can use anyone for that role. Rio debuffs. There you go. So Theox takes him down to this point. And Fenax finally takes him the rest of the way. Yeah. Who was Knut again? Who was Marius again? Here he comes again. 1.7 million. 1.7 million. And that's his A1. Of course, you have to say that's Theox's A1, which boosts his damage even more. But nonetheless, as you can see, we don't need any max HP at all. This is a super safe team. We wouldn't need so many debuffs. Yeah, to fail from Rio. Even if we have to land Death down. We're talking here, guys, about an epic. About an epic, right? You should never forget that. 4 turns, Fenax, 1.8 million compared to Theox with 850 million. Okay, very important. Since I already mentioned the topic of relics, I've now equipped him with the relic. Specifically, I gave him the crown. You could argue and say, wouldn't a cat's eye be better? Yeah, probably not by much, I would say, because with all the area bonuses and so on, we're already ignoring almost 90%, 95%, 80%, something like that. Pretty high amount. So I'd rather take the extra 30% raw damage from him, plus here with the end boss, another 10% more damage. It all adds up. But now let's head into the Hydra together, let the run play out for a bit, and take a look at the damage values. That's the team in the background, just some heroes thrown together. Hopefully they all have gear on. No idea, easy as that, wouldn't be surprised if they don't. But I'll just let the run go. Yeah, let's let it run for a minute and take a look, yeah. Fenax is all the way on the right hand, our Fenax's damage values. The fight just started, guys. Take a look. That head is almost gone. Not even a ninja can do that. Never ever. Not with a fresh account, I was just about to say, because ninja, due to the powerful and unique crown he possesses, only truly starts to ramp up his damage output and overall effectiveness a bit later in the encounter. This is a crucial point to consider when strategizing, as his full potential isn't immediately realized. Boss down, 0.23 million damage. That's an incredible amount of damage dealt in such a short period, showcasing the immense power and efficiency of the team's coordinated efforts and the ninja's eventual damage ramp up. Fenax, are you still okay? Are you managing? Yeah. So you can already see where I'm going with this. This is insanely strong. Like really, like I said, in the past few weeks and months, I really kind of pushed Fenax aside a bit because the whole ninja topic and so on was in focus. And of course the damage was ramped up a bit there. Plus Mikage as well. That combo is of course very, very strong. But now I've really got some new gear plus the relics and they make your Fenax's damage just explode even more. Let's take a look now. Now, of course, he's only going to get one hit with the first skill. Now we'll use the header's A2 on the second hit. That will apply weakening and then Fenax will join in the attack. But we'll only be able to get one hit in because, and unfortunately, this is something that's been the case since last summer's Hydra update. The Hydra nerf, basically the fun nerf to the Hydra rate causes the hits to be interrupted. And he comes up after the first hit. Both hits don't go through. And unfortunately, that's actually a bit of a downgrade because Fenax's second hit is usually significantly stronger than the first. So let's see how it goes. We haven't maxed out the crown yet, guys. Pay attention now. We're already at 4.7 million. That means the second hit would have landed somewhere around 5, 6 or 7 million. What more can you even possibly say about that? It's just absolutely unreal. Just take a look at the incredible numbers Fenax and Epic can consistently put out here on the battlefield. Sure, he has strong stats, there's no need to even discuss that and so on. But nonetheless, if we really compare it, for example, with Theox here, who just killed himself nicely, Theox could never keep up with that. Seriously, Fenax outdamages 99% of all legendary heroes, epic heroes, basically all heroes. But as I said, the problem with him is that if you use a classic group attack team like the one I have here, most of the time only one hit actually goes through because the damage gets interrupted, the attack stops, and then the head respawns. Unfortunately, that's due to the new mechanic. Well, new is relative. It's actually already been out for a year now. But honestly, that's a bit of a downgrade for your Fenax, definitely. Guys, I actually wanted to get rid of the damage reflect here. Let's wait a bit longer. Let's try to do something nice again. So yeah, insane damage. I'm tempted to say I might play a key this week. We could just do a quick battle right now. Let's just let the team run in a quick battle just to see what happens. Unfortunately, we always have a weak color here. Maybe we could try going for the third head. Let's see what he does with the first one in the back. The last one, the next one won't make it. 1.7. Okay, that was the tanky head. Can't forget that. If only the right head would finally get a turn. Hello? No, I can't use block because he needs block. Although, we're gonna kill him soon anyway. Once he's had his turn, he'll be dead again anyway. He still just doesn't get a turn. Come on, finally, for crying out loud. Let's protect ourselves if we do that. Fenax will die because of damage reflect up here. How slow is this head? Now, there we go. He'll probably... Well, the damage didn't do it. Alright, now we get another chance. Watch this, now. Number... Alright, let's kill this one. Pay attention now. So, Theox here is at 210,000, and then he just comes back with 1 million, with 3 million right after. Those are insane numbers that Fenax is putting out with his one. I'm actually a bit surprised, maybe that's not the right word, but it's a little strange that Playam isn't addressing this, honestly. I'm glad about it, no question, because of course I don't want them to nerf him or anything, but that's damage that's just way above everyone else. Now let's try to get a lot of debuffs on the one on the right with the header. And then we'll use the header's A2 and see what kind of damage Fenax can put out. He probably already has his attack maxed out now, thanks to the crown. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Yeah, no, you're not taking that away from us. So I hope weakening lands, because our header is a weak color. Let's see. What kind of damage does Fenax do with the first skill? Too bad, it didn't hit. 3.8. Okay. With weakening, we would have been over 5 on the first hit. As I said, it's a bit of a downgrade. You could say Fenax used to be significantly better, because both hits used to count. But as you can see, even on this tanky head here, and he also brings blocker, which is also great. Yeah, so let's continue. Let's just let it run again. Let's see how quickly all the heads here get knocked out. We'll do it together in a moment. We'll just do it live now. Let's just do an auto run. Let's do a quick battle. I'll waste a quick battle for the week, even though I think we're taking a break this week. But just out of curiosity, how much damage does Fenax deal here? So if we get over 1 billion, that would be crazy. As you can see, the A3 is also at 4 million. 1.8, 3.9. The head was just full. He knocks it down, and with the second hit, he almost brings it back up again. 6.2 million. Jesus Christ. It's absolutely crazy what kind of numbers Fenax can put out here. Ideally, it would probably be even better if we took the damage away from Theox, because Theox also does good damage and often brings the head back for a respawn. That was a normal one, his A1. We weren't boosted by Theox or anything like that, or by the Mad Hatter. That was also 3.5 million with the second hit. The normal A1, here he comes again. 3.7 on a head that wasn't knocked off. I can't even say anymore. It's just absolutely impressive. The kind of numbers, if you're using Fenax purely as a damage dealer here, it's incredible. Incredible. I'm going to, well, we won't do it in this video, but I really have to test him on the Chimera again. I have to test him on the Chimera. There was a weak hit in there. The second hit was 3.6 million. All right, let's let it run one more time, and then we'll hit the head with everything we've got. Of course, we don't have Provoke with us this time. Classic. Let's get this one almost dead already. Very nice. All right, now we'll set everything up so we can land a really, really nasty hit on the second head in a moment. Okay. Then we'll kill this one. After that, we'll take his turn meter down again. We just have to make sure we don't do too much damage. We need to be a bit careful with Fenax. Yeah, okay, looks good. All right. Let's take this one out. Of course, he's going to cleanse here, but that's not a big deal. And now, first of all, we don't want to do too much damage to him yet, because we want to stack some debuffs on him first. Boom. Boom. No, we'll wait with that for now. We don't want to do it just yet. So let's go ahead and use this one. Put some blocks on. Very nice. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Pay attention, guys. Now comes a really, really, really nasty hit. All right. Fenax would probably still bring him back up with the first attack, I could imagine. Let's go for the one on the left. Let's see. Fenax, Theox, at just under 700k. 4.5, 4.8 over 9 million damage. All right, now take a look. Watch Fenax. It's probably just going to be the first hit. Careful. 2.9, 3.0 on the tanky head. That was 6 million on the tanky head. Yeah. Let's see with the normal A1. How much would he do per hit? 4 million. That was just the first hit. 4 million. So it's incredibly fun to play with Theox, I'm realizing right now. Now, unfortunately, everyone has damage negation, except for the third one. Maybe we'll get the A2 from the Mad Hatter on the third head again. At least we'll see another hit there. No, we're not ready. Okay, no, then we'll stop here. And let's take a look at a pure damage comparison. Theox is at 11 million and Fenax at 123 million. All right, listen up, guys. We're going to do a quick battle. We'll just do a quick battle. Of course, I won't save it, but just so we can maybe get a feel for it. Maybe the run won't go through either. That's definitely possible. Like I said, I haven't really tuned the other heroes, but let's see. If it goes for about 600 or 700 rounds, then I'd already be satisfied. We've got everything set up correctly, right? Yeah. Wait, let's turn that one off. Of course, we'll leave block on. It can't hurt. Extra block. Come on. Run a bit. Run a bit. Run a bit. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. Let's see where we end up. 1.06 billion. We've cracked a billion. And Fenax, just look at this difference. And my Theox is built very, 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 very well, guys. Very, very, very well. It's at 95 million and Fenax does 810 million. Crazy. 1 billion. Yeah, guys, that's why I stand by it. If you have Fenax, you can't go wrong leveling him up. Of course, don't expect him to put out numbers in the millions like this for you. Of course, you need specific gear for that. But nonetheless, his A1 is by far the strongest attack compared to other epics that you as an average player out there as a low spender or free-to-play player can definitely have in Fenax. You don't need him at +4. The stars make a much bigger difference than the +4. And that's a hero you can really get. Please, guys, don't underestimate this guy. Insane damage. With that said, guys, just a quick showcase. Fenax is still absolutely at the top, so please make use of him. So if you have any questions about it, about the build and so on, drop them in the comments and we'll see each other in the next video. Oh, EhsieRSL, take care. Tutsu, crazy. What a guy.